Hi everybody, welcome to my review for The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 10. This one was titled Omega, which has various meanings in regards to this episode. As you know, the leader of the Whisperers, her name is Alpha. Her second in command is Beta. And, you got Omega, you have the Alpha, the Omega. And her belt buckle, as seen at the very end of the episode, is the Omega symbol. So, all their names, because I don't know if her name was given in the episode, I might have missed it. I know the husband's name was Frank, obviously her daughter is Lydia. And this episode does a very good job. In fact, I think the saving grace of this episode is the fluidity of which the flashbacks and are integrated at key points in the story. So something happens in the present between Lydia, Henry, Daryl, or all three to trigger a flashback to Lydia's past. Some flashbacks are her telling either Henry, Daryl, or both about key events about events in her past. Some events she's just triggered by, like the crying baby. That triggered a flashback, which I thought was very well done in the episode. Of course, I would have liked all this stuff a lot better if Carl was still around to fulfill his storyline with Lydia, but can't have it all. So instead of Lydia basically licking Carl's eye socket, which, yes, it is kind of gross, but it's just one of those iconic moments in the comic books. We have her giving Henry a worm. So, yes, Henry is basically getting Carl's storyline from this point in the comics, which I'm not too upset about, honestly. I could take it or leave it, really. It seems like they're doing it justice. So I'm not going to be too critical of it. It's just observation, that's all. So, but I love the flashback scenes. It's the first time in a long time since Abraham's flashback to him and his family that we've really seen a flashback to the start of the apocalypse. They're in a bunker. They're in a little, not really bunker, but they're in a basement. They're following the government's orders. They're staying hidden. They're not going out, staying inside. But obviously, some people are getting antsy. Frank wants to get out of there. One guy is trying to escape. Alpha ends up killing him. There's this whole dynamic, and within that dynamic, there's a family dynamic which isn't super healthy. Obviously, Frank and Alpha don't really 100% see eye to eye. And both of them do say in the episode, basically, it's the end of the world. Like I'm doing what I want now, which with both of them was characterized by hair. Frank got rid of his beard. Alpha got rid of her hair. Both while saying that phrase. That's not really what it meant, but it symbolized that, you know what? Fine. I think with him shaving the beard, from getting rid of his beard, it means what he said. You know what? You always liked it. I don't. I'm doing what I want. Her cutting her hair could have a deeper meaning if it were to infer that he would pull her hair the same way that Ed would pull Carol's hair, as was revealed in this episode as to why she kept it short. And now she's finally safe feel safe to keep it how it was originally. I love Carol. Carol's badass. Whether she got the short hair or how it is now, I don't personally care. I love it as a story element and how they work that in. But so that was a good element of it and how they just worked it in. There's a lot of hair discussions in this episode. So this episode focuses a lot on Henry and Daryl trying to get through to Lydia, show her that it's not all bad, and that there are good people here. And I think they were starting to get through to her a little bit. Yes, she was going to take that hammer and bash Henry in until she heard the baby, but yeah, I'm spending the night together, holding hands, her telling the whole story about her family. And Daryl's efforts, too. Yeah, she tried to take the ladle and basically grab him, but I think the two of them got through to her. Henry was pissed at Daryl in the beginning of the episode. He was sort of happy with him in the end. It's like, oh, I'm glad you and my mom are friends. What else? Is there anything I want to touch on? So the guy in the basement reanimates. They almost gets Lydia. I'm trying to remember. I just saw it last night too. Which sort of version of the story was actually correct? Obviously, it's the one that wound up Frank being against the wall. They were fighting. There was walkers in the basement. They're trying to get out. Alpha doesn't want to get out. Frank's threatening to take Lydia. And then Alpha ends up killing him. And there is one thing I didn't quite catch on in the episode. I knew the little tune was familiar. But the song they keep singing to Lydia about the tattooed lady, that was Creepy Todd's ringtone in Breaking Bad. So, I don't know. Obviously, that was a clever little Easter egg. I'm going to try and watch Talking Dead if I can get around to it and see if they catch on, but I'm sure they caught on. I'm sure a million people were tweeting about it. I just happened to be on Facebook after the episode, and somebody was talking about it, and I rewatched both Breaking Bad, etc., and wow, it is the same. So I love these little Easter eggs. The reference that earlier referenced with the blue meth in Merle's bag to Jesse Pinkman basically being Merle's dealer, as referenced by Daryl. It was a janky little white kid who always had the penchant for saying the word bitch. Pardon my language, I apologize. But, come on, janky little white kid, use the B word. Obviously, it's Jesse Pinkman. So these references these little Easter eggs are great. I love them. So there's a lot of, I did like the backstory. Again, like I said in my other video, I'm not used to this backstory being in prior to the villain's introduction. But I like it, and I like that it coincided with Alpha being there at the end. But before we get to that, we have Magna and their group. So Magna, Yumiko, Connie and Kelly, they go out and search for Luke. In addition to the time when they went out with Tara, find the horses, take out the walkers, but they regroup. But they decide to go back, and then until they have a plan. Magna and them decide that it's not the safe thing to do, so it's not the right thing to do, so they go out, look for Luke and Alden at night. And then Connie and Kelly stay behind, and Magna and Yumiko decide to head back. Tara sent guards to get Connie to go out after all of them and brought back Connie and Kelly. Magna and Yumiko were talking to Tara, apologizing for it, going out without permission. And that's when the Whisperers arrive with Alpha. And I forget which one's Connie, which one's Kelly. The one with the longer hair can't make it, and she hides in the cornfields as everybody else gets inside, and Alpha gives her demands after Lydia basically saying they won't come if somebody's taken or killed, they don't come for them. But the only reason Alpha did probably is because he's like, okay, they have Lydia, but we have 2 of theirs. So we trade. That's the only reason why she kept the people alive. If Lydia was with them, they would have killed them both and been done with it. But they're going to propose a trade. They really just want Lydia. We know, they're not going to just hand her over, so we'll see how that's going to play out. Top 5 moments. 5 is the flashbacks. There's not really a lot of moments. 5 is them taking out the walkers in the beginning. 4 is number 4. The whole Daryl and Henry mechanic, I kind of liked it, how it went back and forth. 3 is the flashbacks. 2 is Daryl, Enid, and Tara's plan to use Henry to get information from Lydia without him knowing. And 1 is Alpha's arrival at the end. I thought that was a great way to end the episode, and it really made me want to just jump right into the next one. Like, I wanted more instantly after seeing that. I mean, it's not 100% how I pictured Alpha sounding. I'm not disappointed by it. It's just I'm reading her in the comics, and I just picture she'd have a different voice. I don't know. I don't know what I expected from her voice, but it's very good. The actress so far is doing a very good job. Lydia's doing a good job. And we'll see where it goes from there. Walker kill of the week. There weren't too many, but I'm going to give it to Magna with her throwing knives. I thought that was pretty cool. Not get too close because they could be Whisperers, and if you have this short weapon, it would take, they would be able to stab you before you stab them. So I like that. And of course we had the slingshot. That's always badass, but I think I gave that as the kill the week before, so I'll give it somebody different. And the not the predictions, I'm jumping ahead. My score, kind of hard to give this one I can't give this one a perfect, but I'll give it a 9.7. Give it a 9.7 out of 10. Just because of how well done it was. Not much happened, but it was very well done overall. Alright, so that's going to do it for my review of Omega. I'm going to real quick check the title of episode 11. Yeah, because this was 10. Episode 11 is Bounty. So, could be any number of reasons for that title, but I'll go into that in my predictions.